Cleaning is a critical task. We all know it's important, and it's a task that never ends. But even though we're aware of it and we put all our resources into it, there are challenges that we face every day that we must overcome. I'm here with Anna, who's going to talk about some of those challenges and solutions. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself and what you do here?
So I'm Anna Koenigsson Koopmans. I'm the marketing director for the commercial segment for Tork at Essity. We're a global company and a market leader in professional hygiene.
Well, thank you for all you do. An important topic we're going to get into today. So let's dig into it. Talk about the main challenges you're seeing, your customers' experience around workplace cleaning.
Yeah. So today what we can see, and as potentially a result from COVID, is that the expectations and the demands on cleanliness are much higher than ever before, and especially also on hygiene. And what we can see is that employees, they expect more cleaning rounds. 1 in 6 employees have left the company because of poor restrooms, and restrooms are also the main complaints that come from buildings. So cleanliness and the higher demands is a big challenge, and means that facility managers and cleaners are expected to do more, but without being given more resource. Secondly, staff shortage in the cleaning industry is a massive problem. Even in 2019, that was the talking point at ISSA. And what we can see there is it's difficult to find staff, it's difficult to retain them, and it's difficult to keep them engaged. And since labor is also 80% of the cost of cleaning operations, what can be more important than making them more productive and loyal, of course, then. And last but not least, sustainability. The demands on companies to show and demonstrate commitment to the environment are increasing. It could be from regulations and from governments, but what we can also see is that employees of today, they expect companies to show their commitment to making sustainable choices.
Great comments. What really caught my attention was when you said people quit their jobs because of an unsanitary, unhealthy workplace. You hire people, you've got a good team, someone quits because of that.
So what we can see is that employees, I think a lot of people have thought that cleaning is not so important, or hygiene, etc. What we can see is that a majority of employees, they think that cleanliness is the way companies can show that they care about their employees. So it's massively important, and they are more prone to complain about cleanliness in washrooms than in any other place.
So thank you. We see solutions behind us all around your booth here at ISSA show. Great innovations. But I want to talk about what you're thinking about these challenges that we've discussed so far. What are you telling your customers and others who work with you about the solutions?
So first, what we are telling our customers to do, if you want to reduce complaints, start where you have the highest number, and that is in the restrooms. 45% of building complaints come from restrooms. So start where it matters most. And what you can do there is that you can choose equipment that will help you provide better cleaning with less effort. One solution is to choose high capacity dispensers. They provide more paper and can serve more guests. That's important because running out of paper is the most common complaint. Then we're also saying is choose dispensers that are easy to use, because cleaners, they spend 1/5 of their day on serving dispensers, things that you could potentially use on other things.
A lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. And last but not least is real-time data. If you have data that will tell you where you need to clean, when you need to clean, what you need to bring, you can save a lot of time, and you can also guarantee that your washrooms and your areas are well serviced and replenished at all times.
So, restrooms, hotspot, problem areas, you might say. We walk into facilities and you walk into a restroom, you know right away maybe what the rest of the facility is going to be like. Maybe not as visible. But let's talk about it a little bit more. Knowing that there's such a hot spot for complaints, what are some things that cleaning professionals can do, some practices to make that satisfaction better for employees and visitors?
So first of all, it's to make sure that you clean when it's needed and where it's needed. Real-time data will help you do that. It then means also that in some areas you need to clean more because more people have been there, and in other areas you can clean less. And that's also where you can improve your operational efficiency. But more importantly, you can increase quality, because you'll make sure that you can reduce complaints by having dispensers are refilled and replenished at all times, but also that the areas are cleaned. So that would be the number one thing to do, especially now that we have varying degrees of visitor traffic in a lot of offices that we know, but also in areas like this in high traffic areas.
Sustainability is part of almost every interview these days.
Yep.
Everyone's talking about it.
Yep.
Still confusing to some. What
Yep.
can we do? What is your company doing to play a part in waste reduction? And what are you telling your customers?
This is a really important topic and the heart of everything that we do. So what we try to do is then help our customers to make more sustainable choices. So one thing that you can do is to have one at a time dispensing solutions. So dispensers where you take one at a time, that reduces waste. And you can choose toilet systems where you can reduce consumptions by up to 40% then. Another thing that we do is we have compressed refills. What that means is you can load more, of course, and reduce complaints. But
1/5 of the time.
Exactly. But then more important, from a sustainability point of view, you have more product on a pallet, so that reduces carbon footprint.
Okay.
And then you can look at your choice of soap, for example, choose a biodegradable formula with natural ingredients that also reduces water. Good extra benefit of saving cost of water, for example. And then choose dispensers that are carbon neutral, that are certified and with recyclable contents. So there are lots of things that you can do in your everyday work that doesn't have to be that much of a change in your day-to-day work and taking up more time, but that will help you reduce your impact on the environment.
There are so many things that companies can do, facilities. Yep. These are some great tips. Run with what you shared and make a difference. So let's now explore the innovative steps that Tork is taking to champion sustainability in public restrooms. We talked about how public restrooms are hotspots and issues that we should focus on. And with me is Raquel. Introduce yourself and talk about what you do.
I'm Raquel Carbonari, Brand Activation Director at Essity. It is my responsibility and that of my team to advance the Tork brand in the US and in Canada.
So let's get into it. Speaking of sustainability in restrooms, can you tell us more about this inclusive hygiene initiative that Tork has announced? What drove it? What exactly is Tork looking to accomplish?
The Tork brand purpose is to deliver sustainable hygiene for all. And when we talk about sustainability, we talk about the planet, but also for people. Our way as the #1 professional hygiene brand is to educate our end customers on how sustainability for people can be driven by delivering a better restroom experience for all individuals. So what drove this initiative is that we ran a survey in the United States and we learned that almost 1/3 of Americans face challenges to hand hygiene in public restrooms. When we continued to ask people who own and operate these restrooms, we learned that they're not aware of these challenges. So we decided to do something about it. We're trying to educate the industry that there's a need to deliver more inclusive hygiene in public restrooms. So not only do we believe this is good for people, but also is good for business.
What are some of the main visible and invisible barriers people face in public restrooms that Tork is trying to solve?
So before solving them, we need to raise awareness of the challenge. So what we did is we went out into the market and we interviewed Americans and we wanted to learn what are their challenges. And we have those real life stories printed on our towels. So these testimonials talk about different individuals that face different challenges. Some of these challenges might be an individual that suffers from OCD, an individual that might be neurodiverse and going into a public restroom that has loud sounds or certain odors might trigger them. We're also talking about inclusivity when it comes to someone assisting a parent or a child. So we're bringing these challenges to the awareness of people who own and operate public restrooms. And us as an industry should advance that space because it does change people's behavior. Our recent research shows that some people might adapt the way they go to a certain event. They might not eat or drink as much in a venue because they don't want to use the public restroom.
Wow.
They might not go to a mall now that we're going to start with the holiday season, and they might not stay as long because of fears using that public restroom. So again, we want a community that brings people together, and the public restroom, often the most visited space in a facility, needs to be more inclusive and deliver better hygiene.
Can I pull a towel out of here?
Of course.
So I've seen these in the restrooms at the show. What have you been hearing from people about the impact this has?
Well, first, when we have talked to customers and users, people are drawn and are interested. There's nothing like a real human story to bring this story to life. When we first launched this initiative at the Reuters Better Business event in New York, many of the sustainability leaders came and talked to us and said, yes, I feel this way, or my child has felt this way, or my parent has felt this way. So putting those real life stories in people's hands, people, these business leaders, these individuals that can really drive change, really humanizes the challenge of not being able to secure proper hygiene when you're outside your home. So as of now, the reception of the industry has been very positive. We're very excited, and this is just the beginning. We are committed to continue to work with policymakers, with innovative, with businesses, with the industry at large to really raise awareness for this challenge that people are facing.
So Raquel, talk about those with disabilities and focus in on that and how all of this helps with that.
So in the United States, we're very fortunate that we have as a foundation the Americans with Disability Act, ADA. Many people who run and operate public restrooms are aware of ADA and they're compliant with ADA. But as we mentioned, some of the barriers people are facing are on top of that. And we believe we can build on ADA and help educate facilities and those who operate those spaces to even be more inclusive when it comes to delivering proper hygiene in the public restroom.
So if facilities want to use your innovations and make a difference, where do they find more information?
So they can visit our Tork website, our torkusa.com website, and they can learn not only about the initiative, but how some of the Tork solutions that we have for many years do deliver more inclusive hygiene in public restrooms. For example, when you have a system that is high capacity, it reduces the risk of runouts, which then meets the needs for proper hygiene. All of our soap and sanitizer products have been dermatologically tested, which makes them more friendly to people who might suffer from eczema. Also, our dispensers are certified easy to use by the Swedish Rheumatism Association. So when we look at Tork solutions, the claims that we have worked, the design that we have worked on, helps deliver more inclusive hygiene in public restrooms.
Fantastic information. I'm going to take one more in case there's a missing towel in a restroom later.
Thank you, Jeff, for your time.
Hygiene is not only essential, it is a way to improve business performance. Tork empowers you to rethink the overall experience, improve workplace satisfaction, make cleaning more efficient. We are committed to giving everyone equal access to sustainable hygiene solutions. We think ahead so that your business can thrive tomorrow.